Hello, Mazi. Good evening.
Good evening, Mazepat. At my end here, I should say good morning. It's just 5 minutes past 9 a.m. in the morning here in Sydney, Australia. So good morning, Biafrans. You are all welcome. I welcome all the lovers of freedom, haters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and lovers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in this morning edition. At my own end, at the end of Mazepat, it should be getting to midnight. So you are all welcome. We will not waste your time. We understood that there is so many activities online, and peoples are engaged here and there in still the issues of Biafra and the IPOB, because why we are focusing on IPOB and in trying to reconcile most of the activities of IPOB and decisions of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in IPOB as a leader is because that is a target. IPOB are the Nigerian target. They are the target of the saboteurs. They are the target of anyone now that feel angry in the movement. The IPOB leadership and the IPOB movement is their target. In short, for a matter of part, some group of people has gang up now. All the expectation is, when is this movement gonna collapse? You know, so that every one of us will go back to the mess which we have been into in Nigeria. So that's why we will come here to discuss one or two things and explain to people some actions, some things that they did not understand personally, and some politics that are being played out, because all these things are game. They are all politics to be able to cover reality, to cover what could have been a salvation to the people. So that is just the truth. Thank you so much for being here with us today and ready to listen to us.
Thank you very much. Mazi, what we'll be talking about today is focus. That our people need to remain focused. Because, you know, distraction is something that can make you become carried away. And at the point we live in right now, in this struggle, everybody needs to put their eye on the ball, because there are lots of distractions here and there. Mazi Solomon.
That is just the pure truth. Distraction is there, and these are the one of the obstacles. Remember, in the days of our praise and worship, I quoted Isaiah chapter 45. The Bible says that the Lord will subdue nations under you and will cause the kings to lose their loins. He will make the crooked way straight. All these are obstacles. Nations are obstacles, rising as an obstacle against Biafra. And kings, I mean people who has said, who has influence, they are rising against Biafra, the coming of Biafra. Then also there is so many ways remains, the ways remains the things, the principles that we bring about the coming of Biafra. That's are the ways which Biafra will come. There is so many, there was so many bending, and there was so many obstacles that makes the way not to be straight, and God said he will make the way straight for his people. Now again, the Lord said he will break the mountains and the valleys and make plain before us. He will break the gates of brazos and cut the bars of iron asunder. If there is no obstacles like this, God would have not been involved. But there is obstacles here and there, and we expected them. We expected those obstacles, and we have our confidence and faith that if God has made a promise to us, that we don't need to deviate, because he is able to accomplish his promises. All we need to do is to do what the Bible asks us to do. Do all things that are within your power, and the God will bless the work of your hand. So that is why we cannot relent. We cannot stop. Definitely, if one person stops speaking for us, God will raise another millions of people who will be speaking for us. You know, as Mazi said in 2015, that we are in the state of war. Generals are going down. Generals are going down. Generals are being targeted. And so many of them has been hit psychologically. They are damaged. So many of them, their belief system has been hit, and they are damaged in several ways. If you can follow what is happening in human right radio, you will hear somebody who has been in the position of number 2 in IPOB trying to gossip on the line and trying to say things that cannot equally be reconciled with fact. And they are all doing that just because we are already in the state of war, and the people are being targeted, and the people are going down, but we cannot stop. Once one general go down, then we will be able to raise 1 million generals who will continue this very fight, because it's not a fight to be stopped halfway. It's a fight to finish, and we must get to the bottom line of this very journey. So we must rise up on our responsibilities. Everyone, you are meant to be leader at your own corner, and stand firmly, because our position cannot be denied by the world. Our positions are already recognized by the world. All this fear they are coming to put on you, they are killing our people, he is killing our people. The world knows the position of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was my message yesterday. They know his position. Nigeria know his position. They know his history. They know the history of IPOB. They know exactly what we have come to do. They know what we have come to do. And they know that there's nothing that can be done to stop it except we ourselves. Who might choose to end this journey today. But as long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remain consistent and remain the leader of this very journey, we will all count our loss together. So also shall we count our gain together. We can never stop. We can never quit. If anybody stop, then millions will be recruited, because it's a mission to accomplish. It's not a mission that will be counted halfway. And yesterday when I was talking, because we don't have too much time this morning, yesterday when I was talking, I tell you, in strategy is different from mission. In any time you use a particular strategy, in advancing your mission or towards accomplish of your mission. Anytime you use strategy, definitely in that strategy, if there is no 100% success, or if the strategy at one time stop working or did not achieve the target, definitely people will be hurt. I give an instance. The recent broadcast of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, let me not even go to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let me just quote people locally, because sometimes when we begin to talk internationally, people will may misunderstood us. They might think that their situation is different from ours, but locally, in the running of churches in Nigeria, Kumuyi come up with the preaching of righteousness. And one of the strategies he put in place is that people should destroy their TV and some of the things he regarded as a worldly things. Then after using that strategies, so many people queue into the church that this is the reality. But after a while, that strategies seems not to be working for him, seem not to be working for them. Then he revises his message and he took another strategy. Was people saved then? In the mission of Kumuyi, does that strategies make an impact in deeper life? Serious impact. But at certain stage, that strategy has to be dropped. Was people affected? Yes, because there are so many people who stand the opportunity of grabbing some certain opportunity, but because that very strategy was used that then, they missed that opportunity. When you leave that strategies, there is every need for people to rise up and say, it's because of this message, because of this strategy that I could not get this opportunity and get, because to them, they have lost an insight. They have lost an insight to grab a new opportunities because they are living in the past. They are living in the past of the strategies that has already been dropped. That is how life is. Sometimes, anytime you take advantage, anytime you take a strategy to advance your mission, some people might feel hot. You might step on the toes of some people. But the fact remains that the man is not for the best interest of who is leading on that very mission. It's not for his best interest to hurt anyone, but a strategy must be adopted to advance a cause. That is definite. That is definite. We might say, let everybody come out for agitation today. That is a strategy. There was no plan that anybody will die, but the fact remains that for putting that strategy in place, there might be a casualty. There might be a casualty. That is what people must understand. There might be a casualty. Some people will want to go on their business. They want to fly. Now, the strategy to advance your business is to fly to China or to fly to any other place to do your business. Then, unfortunately, the aircraft crash. Nobody, even if you send your boy to go and get the goods, nobody can rise and say, "Oh, you killed the person." No, these are the strategy to advance the mission, and eventually a casualty occurs. Somebody hire you to do his job, and you are working in that very factory, and something fell on your head. I was working in a factory where I am the team leader, and one of my staff was making effort to fix machine, so we continue production. And eventually, this driver punched into his eyes, and then he's almost blind today. Should we say that the company hired him intentionally to get him blind? That was not intention. It was not in the best of the interest of the company that somebody could got such an injury. But that is the casualty. That is casualty you recorded in your strategies. So it is definite. So as they are trying to play the politics of blame, we should also understand our stand, that our stand is firm in our mission. If our strategies bring any casualties, we should be able to know that it is not for the best of our interest that it happened, but that will not make us to shift from our mission. So that their politics is dead in arrival. What matters is that the world understood our mission. They understood our mission. We are not here to raise terrorists. We are not here to engage into terrorism. We are here in a struggle for restoration of a nation, which in every case studies of places where such struggle took place, there is high risk of involving or doing such an activities, and the world recognize it, and the world recognize the positions of those people who are into that very struggle. The world know when you apply, when you apply strategies, and they know what your mission is all about. That is what our peoples need to understand in this very. So we will continue on this very program, educating our people that you should not give way to any politics that people are trying to bring up. I said it's because of his strategies, our people die. Even in other nations, strategies of those nations into advancing, even you see degree, you see law. There's no nation today where they make law that it doesn't affect some people. Definitely, some people will be victim. Some people will be victim. But the fact remains that you will not, for the sake for people being victim, not to be victim, you not for the sake of it said you should not do what is right, or what should advance the cause of the nation, or what should advance the mission of that very nation. It's not for their best interest that people are crying. It's not for their best interest that people feel hurt for that decision. It's not for their best interest, but for the interest of their mission, for general interest of the masses. So individuals who are affected should not be regarded like Cindy Bosi, do you understand me? So that is what our people, that this politics of blame, we should encounter it. We should encounter it, because even to them, to their personal life, to Shemofo personal life, in his marital life, is not all his strategies that has worked, and somebody is hurt. In his own personal life, in his business, in the business of Wazurike, in using the name of Biafra in collecting money, it's not all his his strategies that work for him. Sometimes you will apply strategies. In my personal life, I have used so many strategies in my own personal mission, and it's not all my strategies that worked out for me. Some of these strategies equally hurt some people, and that is definite. The fact remains, you must do what you think that can be done at that very moment. Understand your ground, as long as your mission remain accurate. So people who are crying like small boys, they should look opportunity into the new they should look for opportunity into the new strategy. You cannot live in the past, because onye ọbụla dabalada daluana there, whatever say dadaga, when you started falling and you already on the floor, there is no other place you will fall into. All you just need to do is to dust off yourself and forge ahead. So many of us has fallen million times, and we still wake up from our slumbers, and we still wake up. That you are where you are today is a result of you falling and rising. Is a result of you falling and rising. So that game is not accepted. That game is not accepted, and that politics can never have the ground, because it's not being recognized. Is not being recognized in the international community. That blame game politics is not recognized. So, and when you watch them trying to do a blame game, they keep making mistakes in their comments. They will keep talking like there is something special they still have inside of them that they have to talk, but they are already empty. They have already exhausted. So, but they don't want to accept their position. My mom died. I was crying. And I remember that I have taught people in so many times. I said, the reason why you stayed longer in a problem is because you refuses to accept your position instant. That is why once you accept your position, you will forge ahead. Like I learned it from the principle that David played when he gave birth with Uriah's wife. God spoke to him that this child will die. The man engaged into fasting. He suffered himself. He suffered himself to prevent the death of that child. But the moment that child died, he quickly accepted his position that that child is no more. So there's no need of continue to be sorrow, continue to be in a mood. He's no more. So and the moment he accepts his position quickly, he give him an opportunity to sleep with the woman again, and they give birth to Solomon. So that is how life is. The moment one strategy fell, you pick up another one and they sought for opportunity in that new strategy. That is the pure life. That which should be implemented in every aspect. Once you see that is dead, bury it and dust up yourself, and then move ahead. Seek for opportunity in the new strategy. Don't go and be dwelling in the past because you are looking to who to blame. Is my husband? Is my wife? Is my son? Is my daughter? Is my daughter? The fact is that the strategy failed, so you can't do anything. All you need, seek for opportunity in other strategies. This is lack of the knowledge and common sense that have brought so many people in a position of blaming game that they are trying to play. That as long as you are the leader, as long as you are the one motivating people to do the needful, then you should take the blame. The world doesn't understand things like that. Let me give opportunity to Mazi Pat because we have some videos to play to you and do our
Yeah,
analysis.
yeah, Mazi Solomon, thank you very much. We've seen a clip that we shared where the ex-deputy was blaming Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for killing in Mbo, killing in Enugu and all that, and even blaming the formation of ESN, you know. And he also commented about the dissolvement of IPOB UK, United Kingdom. That to show you that he was playing a role in the crisis, Mazi, in the
Yeah,
crisis that was, really taking place in the IPOB family in the United Kingdom, because his position, about the dissolving of that UK IPOB, this family, shows that he had a hand in the crisis there, Mazi Solomon.
yes. Now, I don't want us to make Uchemofo as a point of discussions because Uchemofo is exhausted. That is just the point you have to get. He is exhausted and he has no ground. That is just the truth. He has no ground and nobody is recognizing him anywhere, whether in Nigeria. I even pity some people who said Nigeria gives such person money. I pity them in that very claim because how can what actually can motivate you into giving Uchemofo money? What can motivate you? He has no ground. He has no argument. That is just the fact. That is just the fact. He has no argument. He's empty. So whatever he's bringing up is just like somebody who is exhausted, who is actually refusing to accept his position. He has felt it has failed. He can't revive that situation anymore. Now, bringing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOP, which he's supposed not to be doing in the first place, because you cannot talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu while you are there, or because you are part of it. Any mistake you can claim that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu make, you are involved in that mistake. You cannot exonerate yourself because you are also there offering leadership. Even if you are not, even if you say, "Oh, decisions are not coming from you," but you are echoing the decision. Anything that happened today, I should not say it's the fault of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm involved. Ojukwu write a book that he said, because I'm involved. You are involved. There is nothing you can talk about Mazi Nnamdi, even if the money that is contributed, that you are aware that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one who ate the money. Is that the secret? That's what you want to say? Then you come and say it. Then to people like me, you are involved. In fact, you are the number one criminal. The fact remains that when we are in Nigeria, we know that somebody, when they arrest somebody who steal, they will also arrest the person who also buy the product that was stolen, and they will also arrest the person who also kept that thing that was stolen. All of you are involved. So what are you coming to claim yourself, exonerate yourself? We know that there is no way you will turn the cloth of an old woman that you will not see something that look like rubbish. We know all those words. Who is claiming righteous? There's nobody that is claiming righteous here. What is important to us is that no matter how you go and as long as you did not mess up our mission and you are standing firmly on our mission, we are not trying to pick up every damn things to analyze how it happens. There is human errors. There is some human inabilities. Do you understand me? There are some human inabilities which we know. But what is important? There's human error in everything. But what is important is the mission. Did you seek to destroy the mission by your error because you are not capable? Because you felt that your personality as a human has done something that is not correct, that because of that, let's destroy the system? No. We can still treat your error outside the mission as an individual or a personal issue. That is just most important. Then if you said anything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu influenced your decision, you are in the mess. You should not exonerate yourself. The fact is that why we are standing behind Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not because of the error that you are trying to recall. It's not because of the sentiment on the personal issues that you are trying to recall, but we are standing behind him for our missions, which involve all of us, including you that are messing up, that has lost it. The mission involves all of you. We are here to work for Biafrans and to restore Biafrans. That is what we are working for. And it doesn't matter how many times we fail in our strategies. We are determined to finish the job. So as long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is on that line, you will not replace him. As long as he's on that line, we will not replace him. Yes, there are so many things you will not know about me, except people who are close to me. But as long as I remain consistent to what concerns the public, you shouldn't use those things you don't know about me, or you felt that you are close to me, you know about me, to judge me. When it comes to the matter that concerns the public, I make my stand. I say, this is my pursuit, this is my stand, this is what I'm about to do. So what Uche is doing is senseless. He shows how weak he is. He said he's discussing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a point of interest. So therefore, he's just trying to make himself relevant. He's just trying to make people recognize him. He's just trying to show, like Arewa, they block the food that is coming to the West because they want to show how powerful they have been. They just want to show muscle. But what is the strategy behind it? They don't have strategy, because definitely for the days that they blocked the food, people still fed. They even make the business even more lucrative to some people who use other ways to smuggle the food. At that time, a lot of people, they are living well now just because they did that, they blocked that. That there is other route they don't know. That people use that route, even from village to village. They smuggle some food and they make a hell lot of money out of it. So that is just the truth. When it comes to Biafran struggle, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very, very relevant. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is on point. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he's still, despite whatever things you might say you come to do with him, or you felt bad or that, we, in general public, we still see him in track. So you are wanting to change the opinion of general public is a big mistake on your side. Because most of the things you are trying to say or do, it should be done in your private base. It shouldn't be for the public, because he's not changing anything in the public. He's not changing anything in the public. That is just the truth. The world are still viewing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as somebody who is consistent in his mission. And he wanted to tell them that money that was contributed, some was used to pay for his house rent and all that. That is trash to the world. What kind of politics is it? These are the personal things that should be discussed personally and all that. And if you come to discuss the strategies that was used that actually hurt some people, the world already knows that the struggle of Biafra in Nigeria is 100% risk. That all that they are looking at IPOP doing is trying to manage the risk, at least to reduce it to some certain minimum. They know that. They know that in this kind of struggle, people must die. They know in this kind of struggle, houses might be razed. People might be attacked.
Mars, there is something I want to ask you. Does it mean that some people actually came into this struggle thinking that it's going to be a smooth ride all the way?
No,
because you can see that people are not some people are not mentally prepared for what is happening now.
Let me tell you what they are enjoying. What actually, you know that our body is very, very, very corrupt. Okay, you can do this experiment by yourself. Just stay like 3 days, 4 days without going to work. My brother, your body will just adopt it. He will start feeling that comfort zone. You know that the structure of IPOP actually put a lot of people into a comfort zone. Do you understand? Into a comfort zone. Their family is not in the front line. They themselves, they are not in the front line. Very, very comfortable. Walk into a room on a radio station and you begin to talk. They have never been in the front line. So therefore, they enjoy the comfort zone. So because they enjoy the comfort zone, they now return the struggle, the gathering for the struggle, into a kind of social gathering, where people in front line, people are dying in Biafra land. Some people will come into a family gathering, they will be drinking beer, they will be eating rice, social club gathering. So it put them into the comfort zone. They come to the meeting just because they want to see one Mazi or the other, talk their personal issues. So that is a meeting point. When people will come, they will sing together, they will enjoy, they will say, hey. Now, they are forgetting the people who are in the front line, what they are suffering. So that comfort zones makes a lot of them, they feel so powerful. They feel like we can't be moved out of this very place. Yes, because somebody like Uchemofo, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to have sent him to Nigeria. He's supposed to send him to Nigeria to head the people on the front line, because he himself has been there. But he's sitting in London on his comfort zone, and there's some certain provisions were made for him to enjoy what he's doing. So he become corrupt. His body become corrupt with that very system. That is why you have to wake up your children early in the morning to go to school. You have to teach them. Once you begin to allow them, they will sleep until the time they choose to wake up. You will corrupt their body system. The Bible says, teach the children the way they should walk, so that when they grow up, they will not depart from it. So many of them has been in their comfort zone, doing the easiest part of this very job. So they become corrupt. Because all of them now today that are on this comfort zone, sometimes as long as they believe in this movement, they can be transferred. If IPOP are supporting your personal need, sometimes you can be transfer you to Biafran land. So you go and supervise people who are in the front line. And when you want to do that, you will see some of them, they will run away, they will resign their position.
And Mazi, that would have also helped them to appreciate the value of the struggle.
And that is the truth. Just because they have remained on that comfort zone, they get corrupted. They think everything is story and gossip. That is what corrupt them. But if we have make you an officer in IPOB, sometimes you can be transferred. And when that is what the Catholic church they does, and the most of the Pentecostal churches, and the most of the formations of the world. If you feel strong-headed, they will transfer you to a dry land. They will go start and prove yourself and start project afresh. If you feel like something is in your brain, you have to be arguing with the leader. You have to be quarreling and fighting with the leader. They will transfer you where you can go and start the project, so you prove yourself to the people. But because it's not being done in IPOP, people will stay in their comfort zone. I am the principal officer in this zone. I am in this zone. I am the state coordinator. I am the DOS. They are very comfortable with that zone because they are enjoying power. They are enjoying power without working. That is what is making all of them bloating up. Because if they have been in the front line, been to Biafra land, the way Mazen Nadekan has been in Kojo prison, sorry, well, if I call it wrong, I'm very bad in names.
The audience understand. Go ahead.
Do you understand? If they have been in such a front line, if they have been on that front line, they would have got sense. They would have sense. They would have known what it takes to be in a Biafra land and come for demonstrations or come for protest. Uchemofo would have been sent long time ago to lead protests. The way Mazen Nadekan was moving, he would have been sent long time. Or you would have sent him to Calabar to go and start IPOP family. It is true then that he will learn by experience. He's just a child who grew up with so much privileges. So much privileges, and that is why he is corrupt today. That is why he can have the boldness to be coming to talk about what we are doing as a people. Anytime you accuse Mazen Nadekan, you accuse millions of Biafrans. That's what you need to know. You accuse us because we are all in this together. We are all in this together, and that is just the truth. So, Mazipat, you can proceed from here.
Mazi, you did a good analysis on that. I really appreciate. Now, I want us to take this clip of Samuel Orton, and we just have like 20 minutes to go.
Why should they allow Fulani from foreign lands to come into Nigeria? Mainly they come disturb us. No country will allow that kind of a thing. But here in Nigeria, we allow it. And those people, they are Fulani people. And that is why they believe that they can go anywhere and enter, but it is only in Nigeria. You cannot go to Ghana and enter like that. You can't go to South Africa and enter like that. You can't go to Kenya and enter like that, except you get paper. All this is what they do. The thing, they prove, say, what those Fulani people, where they here, where they know fit arrest them, where they talk, say they won't take over this land. Everything, at them go, they lead, they do everything. Now him would they see. That is why would they complain, say, make Oga on top, not just for the hands now. Make him say they talk about this thing. Make it a make effort. Say himself, he be our own Oga on top. Not be only Fulani people, they go talk. But if another person talks more, they go catch him. It's no balance now. That is the thing where would they talk with that now. They know catch Kanu. Where they do iPod here, they catch them now. I think they're on the way around. If not now, they would not jail them. So why are they not arresting these people? Where they for forest?
By the way, Mazen
Soldier no day. Police no day. DSS no day. He never tell where they don't go for the one organization, say the Eastern Security Network. It's an illegal thing, and I support government to clamp down on them. But why should they clamp down on them alone? Why should they leave the Fulani people to be carrying AK-47, AK-49, and even more gun away down big pass? Where soldiers self know the field carry for this country. Police know they carry. SS know they carry. Why should they allow them to be carrying this one, and they cannot go and carry Air Force, go for air, carry soldier, go for ground, carry police, go catch these people? Why should they do that only in South? That is injustice now. Now the thing where me they talk with that. Let it be justice. Let everybody be treated the same thing. The same way where they treat Kanu and iPod and Eastern Security Network. Let them treat the Fulani too now. Why are they leaving Fulani alone? They should go after them. They are one when they catch people now. Any offense they commit, they will say they should come and give them money. And now the Fulani people, they are saying they brought them from outside this country to do an election. And now that election has finished, they have not said they should settle them. So they should come and let these people settle these people so that we go remain here in Nigeria. Stay here, begin do our business. We can't do our business. The little one where you get, the people where be IDP, they can't chop them all. Everybody is just becoming poor. This thing can't no good.
Okay, Mazi, let me just finish my comment, because we must understand the position of this governor. He's talking his own problem, okay? And actually, he's not our spokesman, so you should not expect him to say everything
No,
good
Mazi,
about
I
you.
understand.
Do you understand?
I try
So,
to, yes,
yes,
you're right.
so let's put him aside. Let's do our analysis here. Now, King Serua from place they call
yes.
King Serua, yeah.
Mhm.
Now, before Wazurike and Uchemofo are talking about our people being killed, so they didn't do the case study of King Serua, that for him coming up to speak for his people, that he was killed. So he didn't know that the mission to speak for your people or to ask for what is legitimately belong to your people can lead to your death. In Nigeria, he's still alive and he's gossiping. So he never know that the mission he was embarking on can equally eliminate his own life.
But Uche before has given order to Biafrans. Uche before himself yes.
Leave his order.
Okay.
I am still talking on what corrupt them. They are general they become general without fighting a war. And that is the same thing that is happening in Nigeria. Somebody become general without fighting a war. In the first place, what exercise can you say, apart from talking on radio, what exercise can you say that Uchemofo has partaken that put him in a position of deputy in the first place? Where have he taken the lead on this very agitation? Where have he demonstrated before Nnamdi Kanu become the leader of indigenous people? We have seen Nnamdi Kanu in Masop. We have seen in Nnamdi Kanu his action. We have seen him in the Spring Council of Elders. We have seen him there. Where have you seen Uchemofo? Where have you seen Obido Obienu? Where? All these people that we are just taken to a comfort zone and they become beasts. They become animal, because that is the nature of human being. If you take a lion now, a lion in the bush, if you bring the animal home and you begin to lecture that animal will be adopted to the system of being at home and around human.
You domesticate it.
You will domesticate it. Once he goes to the bush, he cannot stay in the bush again. That's what happened. That's the same system with human being. If you are a pretty wife or a good woman and you are treating your husband so well, sometimes you can equally spoil your husband, that he will be lazy to go and look for work because you will always bring money home to spend. You might end up making that man useless. He will not even have the ambition of going out to look for what the family will eat, because the wife will always bring money home. So his own will be busy writing leaks. And tomorrow the woman doesn't bring, then the man becomes stressed off.
Because sometimes you even see married men playing video game in the morning.
That is just the truth. So these people is because of the comfort zone where they are put. It's what corrupt them. That's what corrupt them. That's why they become uncontrollable.
Just like they were busy playing video game on Radio Biafra sleeping. Just imagine that. What an insult on everybody.
That's just it. And this is an agitation that have 100% risk. 100% risk. That is what I was analyzed. That this is not like the system of the colonialists. This is not the system of because even before that system of the colonialism was conquered, It was a standard law that was made in the world. The world fought about it and they bring that system down. But this is the system that is peculiar to you. You are fighting. The system that does not concern the world is a high risk. So therefore, they can decide in the name of sovereign state, they can decide your fate at a moment, even before UN will ask any question, even before the global world will ask any question. They will decide your fate. They decide it just recently. They decided to use a strike at Olu. This has nothing to do with international community. They are still making use of the power they control to make sure they push you to the extreme where, and that is the fear of everybody. That's why they are very good in speaking grammar without any implementation, because they are afraid of that constitutional mind. They are afraid of that constitutional mind that can back up some people take a decision against you, and nobody will question them. They will do it in the name of the sovereign state that they are controlling. So it's a high risk. So most of them are educated fools. How could you come even to accept the position of deputy in such a high risk and you will not expect casualty? How did he attempt to do it? Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went to face the risk. He went back to Biafra land, broadcast in Biafra land, work in Biafra land, and Uche Mofo never make attempt. So Mazi, boycott these people, and I will ask our people to boycott them. If they wanted to start some, they should go back to Biafra land and start mobilizing from there. They say they want a Biafran that can be restored peacefully. What are the templates for that safe restoration of Biafra?
Peaceful restoration.
Yeah, safe restoration. That's what it is. In the war, I have gone everywhere. There is nothing like safe restoration. You cannot safe restore a nation. It's impossible. Not like a place like Nigeria. So where is the template for that safe restoration? Or because they are enjoying the comfort of being in that position, they want the struggle to remain social club, so they will keep benefiting. When it's working, hey, deputy leader, I see people hailing, hey, Odogu, Odogu, Odogu. They are enjoying those comfort, those praises. They are enjoying it. It's good at them. So they are not ready to go to work. They just want it as it remained a social club gathering where people will gather, they will gossip. After gossip, they will cook rice. Some of them, they show in the video where they are cooking rice, where they are people whose their brothers are dying in the front line. They are cooking rice. That's why sometimes I hate participating in anything like that. They will cook rice. They will bring masquerade. People who frontliners are in a high risk. They will cook rice, bring drink, wine. Hey, fried meat. And they will be eating and bloating up. None of them has been to work. None has been to work. They choose that comfort one. And that is why they are problem to our people today. Because they don't know what it is. I saw Abalanze in Oka, in Unizik. He was making videos. Said, so some of you were here saying we should come back. Say him Abalanze is back. These are people. These are men. You walk by yourself. You should not even went when IPOP will send you. Go to the front line and see what our people are suffering. Remove yourself from that comfort zone before you become a general. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did. Why can't you follow his step? You are waiting for him to send you. Why can't you stand up? That I want to go to the floor and do the job. Another person can do that easy job that you are doing. Coming to Radio Biafra. Hello, Biafran. Hello, Biafran. And they're enjoying that. Some of them, I've done a program here. Said, why did Nnamdi Kanu say we worship in Radio Biafra? And what people do is to call Radio Biafra. Hey, we thank you for the job you are doing for us. That is the information they are giving. And they are enjoying such praises. He say, they have never been to work. They enjoy that comfort zone. And look at them today, demonstrating that nothing has ever been in their brain. That there is nothing, there is no motivation to restore this very Biafra. Don't you know? Even before the starting of IPOP, you are talking of mess. All of us are in mess before the arrival of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are in the mess. That's why we are coming out. We are in the mess already. We are already in mess. We are already in mess. Before coming out, before joining, we already mess. All of us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not bring us in mess. It happened. We are in mess, all of us. Ask me, I will explain to you why we are in mess. You are not seeing who are your political leaders. What vision do they have for your future and the future of your children? Now, the insecurity has erupted everywhere. What provision did they make to secure your life and your properties? To see how useless they are. Now, are you talking about the economic blockade that has led our brothers in the River Rai area? And so many of our prominent men, they die because our people want to fight for economic liberations. They closed the Igwasha seaport. No infrastructures. Our people are drinking mud water. A place where they are digging oil. What led to the killing of Kinseroa? What led to killing of Adakaburu? It is on the struggle for our people to liberate our people from the economic blockade. What led to the declaration of Biafra? That millions of our people died for economic liberations, to provide security of life and property. And these are the same mess that we are still into up to today, that bring about the arrival of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you are here to talk rubbish. People don't understand. They think that they can make their problem everybody's problem. Their inefficiency in they think everybody can come down to the level of their drained brain, mentally distracted brain. They thought everybody can come down and begin to think like dwarf and begin to think like imbecile. That is why they are still coming. That is why they still find the opportunity to come to Facebook to be talking. If they are men, they should go on the ground. They should go on the ground, because the mess, whatever things he can see as a mess, he also contributed. He also a pioneer. He also the pilot. So nobody is being exonerated. Why we are here together is that any mess we find ourselves in, all of us, we will be on that mess. And whenever we resurrect from that mess, we will resurrect together from that mess. You can never say that the mess that collectively we get ourselves into, that it should be allocated for one man. You are a stupid person. You are very stupid. You are wicked. You are a moron. You are the 21st century idiot. We are together. We are together. Our people should not be divided, and there's no blame that should be allocated to anybody personally. It is not anybody's fault. This is just the mess we find ourselves. So any strategy that we try that did not work, bear the pain, bear the consequences. Look for opportunity in the new strategy. That is all you need to do. Stop talking rubbish. Start talking rubbish like we are not in this planet. So many opportunities, so many strategies has failed me. I damn the consequences. There is a program that I was watching, somebody who said he stand for somebody for Shoti to give how many billion, and the money is counting 300. He said 300,000 every month. He took the risk, even with the person he trusted. The strategy fell. He damned the consequences. He forged ahead, and today he's a better person. I think it's Kosharis that is saying that, or somebody is saying it against Kosharis. I just watched the program. But that is just the truth. Anytime your strategy fails, people are bound to suffer. People are bound to make loss. Now destroy your smartphone. We will destroy the smartphone. Tomorrow, the strategy of smartphone might not work perfectly and we need to change. Will you say, oh, I have lost my smartphone, therefore I cannot forge? Why did he make me to lodge? Is because of Nandekano? It is a strategy to make sure that we are consistent with our mission, to make sure we forge ahead our mission. So if that strategy fail, bear the loss. Count it as that you are even alive. Because so many people in the course of this in this quest to restore Biafra, they have lost their life, which is the ultimate, in one strategy or the other. So any strategy that cost you pain, close down London IPOP, or said lock down London IPOP, or any calm down any language being used, is one of the strategies. It will hurt some people. That is definite. And these people that it will hurt might be people who has made so many sacrifices in terms of moral or in terms of money. They might have contributed a lot, but a strategy is hurting them. That does not remove them from a mission. All you just need to do is that if it's not working, wake up, dust up yourself, and seek opportunity for what is for the one that is working. That's all you need to do. Remain consistent. Let your eyes always be on the goal. There is no particular strategy that will give you Biafra today. It is all about trying and doing your best in everyone. Doing your best all the time, giving your best all the time. That's why the Bible says anything your hand finds to do, do it with all your might, and God will bless you. Because you know why I said there's no particular strategy. Because every strategy you deploy, your counter, your opposition, they will counter it. They will counter it. There is no strategy that is perfect that cannot be countered or cannot be brought down. I give you an example yesterday. You can send your war jet and somebody will bring it down. You lose in that very strategy. Will it be the reason why you will quit your mission? No. Somebody suffered loss. Somebody must have died in the process. But that is just a casualty that you get from a strategy that failed. You cannot be charged for murder for that. You cannot be called a murderer for that because you are the leader of that organization. That is the way the world view you. Why did you have to do that even when you go to court? It is our quest to restore Biafra, and then we have casualty. Nobody will charge you for murder. People should stop being fool. I might be sent to a mission, and if eventually I did not return, I die for what I believe. My death should not be blamed on Nnamdi Kanu or anybody. I die for what I believe. I must have made my case study before joining this movement. Know that is a high risk. It's a high risk. Anybody can target you. You can be targeted. You can be thrown into prison. When some of our people who are in the prison now, they should be happy. They should not be looking, oh, it's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who now push me into this. No. Before you join, why did you come stupidly? Why you didn't take? If you get yourself involved, that simply means this is the cost you believe. So anything that happened to you, you die for what you believe. You are suffering for what you believe. That is just the education that our people need to get. What I suffer for doing this now, I should not be put the blame for anybody. Why am I doing it? I'm doing it because what I believe. What I believe. And if I'm saying what I believe is not because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu preach it. Before I should come to this extent, I have made my study, my personal finding. I'm not a fool, and you shouldn't be a fool who will just join because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu call you out. What are the facts you find out personally that can keep you motivated in this very journey? Because that is very, very, very important. Very, very important. And you must know that privileges are differs. Let me tell you, in every struggle, the people can have privilege. There is people who are privileged to be close to money. I'm not close to money. There is people who are privileged to be close to where decisions are being made. But I'm not such privilege. But in my own way, I do my own contribution. I should not be comparing myself with people who are privileged, because in life it's just the same. If everybody should be privileged to be president, it shouldn't be the same time. You must allow the person who is the president, he finish, then another person will be privileged. At every point in time, somebody is privileged to be your governor. Somebody is privileged to be your president. That is how the world rolls. I should not be comparing myself and being jealous of somebody who is privileged at this very moment. Maybe after 2 years, I might be the one to be privileged in that very point. Why should I be jealous of somebody who is privileged now? Privileged now. There is so many people that you are jealous of them even in the past, but today you are even more privileged than them. Then what is the need of you being jealous in the first place? Being jealous of them in the first place, you discover is vanity upon vanities. There is people you are looking like they are more privileged yesterday, but today they are the people hanging on your gate. That is life. Everybody must not be privileged the same time. When your own time comes, you might equally be more privileged than the person you are jealousing, and you want to use the jealous you are having for the person to destroy your own personal life. Hey, this person have gotten married, I haven't gotten married. You are jealous and you are working, you allow that jealous to grow in you. While a better husband in the upcoming 2 months, a better husband is coming for you. A richer husband is coming for you, but you allowed yourself to be destroyed with a jealous and envy of somebody who is privileged at a moment. That is very bad. That's why you are into this mess. That is why you get yourself into trouble. Somebody is saying volume. Does it mean that I wasn't talking loud because I was disturbing everyone in my environment?
No, what they are saying is that you are making sense. Increase the volume doesn't mean that your volume is low. They are saying that you should keep firing. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So that is just the point we are trying to make. The moment people begin to address their personal need as a personal need, which Mazen Nandekanu said in his broadcast in 2015, that anybody who put a personal need and the need of their stomach first is not worthy to be part of this restoration project. My brother, never you think you have escaped casualty in this journey. My brother, you haven't escaped any casualty. You might be the next person to go to prison. Death may knock on your door because of this project. So if you are such a fearful person, you don't even know what you are. Why can't you withdraw? Give space. Said, my faith cannot carry it. You can be the next person that will be hit with bullet. If you don't know it. You might be the next person that will go to prison. You might be the next person that will suffer the worst casualty in this very journey, because the Biafran that should protect you has not been restored. And the present agitation of Biafra does not have all the resources that are required to give you that big support that you need. They don't have the resources. They have to beg for the doctor, smuggle the doctor that treats people. There are so many things, facilities, infrastructures they don't have. That kind of support that you expected, big support, is not there. They can only do as much as they can do. But are you happy that why you are suffering is a result of what you believe? Or you are still claiming, hey, it's Mazen Nankan who give us order, Are you joining in the blame game, or you are happily taking the suffering that you are taking because of what you believe? Because it must be in that position for you to make a headway, for you to look opportunity in the present. If you have not come to that very point, how do you look opportunity in the present? It's impossible. You must take your suffering as this is what you believe. You must take your suffering the way Mazen Nandekanu take his own pain of losing his parents because of the agitation of Biafra. You must take your own pain as he also loses some friends and some community members and some close people, 28 of them in his house. He should take also that pain. like that. Take your own pain like that. That he's taking his own pain. Don't count it because he's a leader. That's why. No, every one of us are human first before you become whosoever you become. Somebody at his stage can equally cry overnight that he lost his parents. He's a human. They die. He will not see them again. He will remember how they used to eat together, stay together. He's taking that pain. And he cannot make that pain now to become the pain of everybody. Everybody is coming to cry like a baby, so you will join him to cry that he lost his mom.
We wouldn't even be surprised to start even hearing before in the future telling us that Nnamdi Kanu killed his parents. Mazi, are you there? Okay, Mazi is a bit off the, and I believe he'll be coming back very soon. And I hope that we've been able to send the message. Yes,
I am hearing
Mazi.
you. That is really the politics. That is really the politics they are trying to play. Do you understand? Because we have not stopped recording casualty. There are still going to be more casualty. So now they have started the politics that the people in the past who were killed is a result of the preaching of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is a result of the command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so that when they establish that politics, anything that happened, any casualty that happened, they will come and say, oh, come and see you, come and see you, come and see you, our people die, you, our people die, you. Now, tell me, nobody is preaching in Kaduna and their people are dying. Nobody is preaching in Benue and their people are dying. The same system that are eliminating people in those areas is still the same system that are eliminating people in Biafra land. But because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have stood up on this very mission, they now wanted to establish, to create, because they want a shield. They want something that can cover their shame. They want something that can cover their inabilities. They want something that can cover their imbecile situation in the way of reasoning and thinking.
Mazi, that is the reason I played Autumn's clip. Because here is Autumn asking the Nigerian government, why are you pampering the Fulanis and you're going after ESN? Now, at a time that us Autumn have joined IPOBs when Uchebefo is falling out, Mazi, go ahead.
So that is just the point. Mazi, I am not focusing on Ushemofo here because I said the way I went to analyze Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, ask questions about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, put the whole places. Every analysis people has to do about, I mean, international bodies, which you have to pay money to consult. Every analysis they have to make about Ushemofo told me that is zero. This person cannot perform. That is the weakness you find in organization. That people were lucky to put in a position where they cannot perform. That is the situation of Uchemofo. That in this kind of journey, in the position of Uchemofo, does not require a compromise. Look at Ojukwu and the man who was his second. Look at how consistent that man remained to the end. This man has never come out to criticize the decision of Ojukwu. He has never come out to discuss Ojukwu with anybody. Whatever that happened.
Does it mean that Ojukwu and Effiong never had any disagreement in cause of that war?
A lot of disagreement. But before now, he is a trained man. He knows before he said yes to that very position, he has already calculated. He has already calculated what is involved. And the Bible said it very clear. Because Mazi, why I'm taking from Bible is because that is what people are conversant with. People read Bible everywhere. It's not everybody that read paper on history. If you refer them to history now, they will never Google it. But if you refer them to the Bible, maybe one time or the other, their pastor or these things has read the Bible for them. Now, Jesus said in the Bible that before a man should build a house, he should first of all calculate what it will take. Calculate the cost, and you will ensure yourself that you have what it takes to finish the building, or else you start like Uchemofo and you could not be able to finish. That is just the truth. Before the man should accept his to be the second for Juku, Philip Effium has already calculated all his costs. Philip Effium has already calculated that position could equally lead to his death, because he knows the story of all the people who has gone ahead of him. He knows that very position, he could be hanged. He is a target. So he knows he took that position, and that is why whatever that happens, he took the responsibility together with anybody, with everybody. Whatever positions we find ourselves, we are all on it. There is nobody to be blamed. But they are forming the blaming game of politics, so that they can see how they can sell that narrative and they use it now to start getting the sympathy of people. But we are Kano and his leadership is 1 million ahead. It's very good we got such an authority which can resolve issue as a court. Stamp, one, finish. Finish, done. I love that man so much. The way he take his own thing, the way he take responsibility as to regard to this very struggle. Serious. Look at all the friends. This UK is where Kanu stays. You must have considered numerous friends, people who are loyal to him, people who are respectful. But when it comes to Biafra, he will to stamp, boom, shut down. No friend should be counted first when it comes to Biafran restoration. No personal relationship, no personal honor, no personal respect should be counted first. That is leading by example. No personal respect should be counted. These are the London people who are calling him all manner of wonderful names that you have heard that Mazen Nandekano answer. These are the people who introduced that name. So for you to understand the kind of respect and loyalty that Mazen Nandekano have received from these people, you know it's not a child play, but it should not be counted first when it comes to the restoration project, restoration of Biafra. So that is what we must understand. And we know why we are, because so many of you might say, leave Uchemofo matter, leave, but you are not careful of the small things. As the Bible says, that the yeast is very small, but when you put it on the floor, it rises the whole floor. It rises the whole floor. If you allow these politics that they are trying to establish to excel, what was Rike is saying is what Uchemofo is saying. Now, if you allow that politics to be sold out, then definitely it will become a big issue, and you will need a bigger resources to contend with it in the future. And here we are struggling to support ESN, to provide for ESN. Now they will create another problem that we divide your resources. That we divide your resources so that you will begin to now lack in your strategies. You begin to lag behind in your strategies. So that is why we have to deal with it. We have to come out every day. We have so many programs to do as to regard the activities of the Fulanis and all that, but we abandon all, and we educating you on it. And so many people here may not even be interested. Leave those people. That is why they didn't share the program. That is why they didn't share the program. The Uchemofo pattern is a pass. It's not a pass, because they keep walking. And the Bible said that when they asked Jesus, who saw the tares in the farm, said it is when the men slept that the enemy went and saw tares. When you are sleeping, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is when they are advancing their cause that is going to be a bigger problem that will require a bigger resources to resolve tomorrow. and then your project will be lacking, because all the resources that should be channeled in your project will be divided to be resolving a problem that people just sit in their comfort zone and create for you. So you should be clever. For me, I work with my senses. When I see problem coming, it's better to solve it before it grow. You begin to talk about it. You begin to discuss it, because it is a matter that you can use lesser resources to solve that will not affect your project in the future. That is what it is. We must understand that politics. No blame game. We are all here together. We are all in this project together. I cannot go out today and start blaming anybody. Whatever mess we find ourselves, we must believe that we will be in it together. We will be in it together. If our people is killed because we are agitating for Biafra, Wazirike is involved. Why did he come out the first time to talk about Biafra? Why in 1999? Why? Don't he know that coming to talk about Biafra will endanger don't he study what happened in 1966 to 1970? Don't he know that he's supposed to be in his house? He abandoned his career, charge and bail lawyer, and he come out to start telling our people about Biafra. Why he didn't struggle to become the president of Nigeria, that he said we should follow it easy, we will steal the president of Nigeria. Why he was leaked in 1999? He brought us into this mess. He's oh my God, God forgive me. God forgive me. I don't really wanted to curse people, because I'm not our Mazi Onyendu, because he has a special grace. So I cannot do what I don't have the grace for. But why did Wazirike has to come out in the first place in 1999 to talk about Biafra? He brought us all into all this mess. Both all of them. Why? Why they didn't in 1999 start struggling on how they will become the president of Nigeria, on how they can become the minister of defense? He abandoned all those ones and they come out with his smelling mouth to come and talk about Biafra. I would have not started it. No, he came out and now he feel he's empowered to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why did he brought Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out? Why? All of them, instead of taking their responsibility, they are shying away, trying to establish the game, the blaming game. The blaming game, because their senses is not working. Anything that happened, we are on it together because I am involved. That is the book that our spring leader wrote. Because I am involved. It must be because you are involved. So whatever mess we see ourselves in this journey, we are all on it together. Nobody should exaggerate himself and look for who to put the blame. Okay? If we get success, we all enjoy. Assuming now that from 2006 to 2019, before Uchemo mess, if Biafra would have restored between that period, will he be blaming Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? You see how
Mazi, this is what I've been saying, that if we had gotten Biafra before now, all of them would have been, their name would have been written in the book. Yes.
With golden pen. They would have said he will never discuss the tyranny of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He will never discuss anything. He will be the champion. You see, we odogu ndi okoko. Ndi okoko, like our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, ndi really by Simon Ekpa. Now you watch how people behave. They waited to take the glory. And now they feel like their personal need is playing a role in their life. The glory is not coming to them. They are now talking. Mazi, go on.
Yes, Mazi. So, like when you look at the analysis that is being and the narrative that is being sold out, it tallies with the narrative of the idiot in Turkey. So does it mean that these people have been feeding that idiot in Turkey? Because all of them now are now on the same class. Mazi Solomon.
Yes, yes, Mazipat. I told you in private. You know, I told you in private. And I also make it here open in your program here. And I tell people that the real saboteurs are not those one talking in Turkey. The real saboteurs are occupying powers in IPOP. They are the ones sponsoring the one in Turkey. Say, go hard, go hard. You are making a point in private. Some of them who did not go direct, go indirect, giving him information, what is happening in the forum. And that is why he has that is the engine that makes him. You see, when he was in Turkey, every morning, every evening, because information keep floating. Even the connection to the people in his community, some of them did it. In the community of Mazin Atafaruku, all those stories, they brought it out. It's the people inside, though. You think what is happening to you is people outside. You are making a mistake. And that is why you don't need to take anybody behind you now as an IPOP member for granted. Always read their intentions. Always do analysis about them. That is where you will find the truth. Because so many people are there playing with power also, but their intention is different from the mission. Their intentions is different from the mission. So these are the kind of problem we must be solving for ourselves before it becomes a bigger problem that we need a bigger resources. And this is what I've said year back, 2019.
Mazi, you said it many years back that the major saboteurs are occupying sensitive position in IPOB. And we did that program for almost 1 week. We took this program and you continue to hammer it that the saboteurs you will see online commenting are not the real saboteurs, that the real saboteurs are occupying position of power in IPOB.
That's what I hammered here. But we can't, even some people, they don't share the program. They don't. They feel less concerned. Every small things we do count. Don't you over confidence can kill somebody. Overconfidence, let them come, we will face them. When that time come, you will find wanted. You will even be the first one to complain. Start complaining. Overconfidence can equally kill you. That is why it's very, very important. Analyze every little thing. Since you are embarking on a high risk journey, on a high risk project, analyze every little thing. Make findings, make investigations. That is the only way you can be able to protect the interest of our mission. That is the only way. If you allow people, somebody just in the name of IPOP, you trust the person, it might hit you so badly at the end of the day. Check people's intentions. When they talk, when they walk, the way they communicate, are they actually 100% involved? Or is there any other things you can find? So these things are the things you need to bring forward in time so that it can be treated before it becomes a larger problem.
Mazi, like you're saying that different interests drive different people. You know, you've talked about interest in one of our program.
Yes.
Where you also talked about our people in the riverine area, where we also have to find a way to get their interest into what we are doing. As at that time that we're analyzing, talking about, how to involve, also approach them and things outside what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done, that we should look at also their area of interest, because it is interest that drives people. Go ahead.
Mazi, these are the program. If you want to see those videos, if Mazi Pat, it seems like his Facebook account in which we did those programs has been tampered, and that is why it's very important that sometimes after you finish program, you download the program and they keep them separately in your private, because when you leave them in the Facebook, when they bring down your account, those messages will just disappear. So now I have talked, when people were talking about unity, I said, we are united. How can you look at people who organize themselves in their villages and communities and they are talking about unity? What unity is for? That we should talking about people's interest. What is the interest of an Ijaw man? That is the point of discussion. They want economic freedom in a way that they can control things that are on their side. That is the discussion that we should be making. That is the only thing that interests them. Then you involve their interest in the agitation. Then you will include their interest in the project to restore Biafra. So you shouldn't come out and be talking about unity. Unity on what? We have to look at people's interest and bring them into the union and make them to unite with their interest being protected. And that is what we should be looking at. What is the interest of the Irobo man? What is the interest of anybody in that Riverine area? What are their interests? Economic freedom. Their interest is political and the economic freedom. In which ways? That is how you can include them. Include their interests and they will naturally follow you. This freedom, is it on what? On what? What is their interest in the freedom of Biafra? What is their interest? You should look into it. You should consider it. Because people can misinterpret or misunderstand you. They might sometimes think that why you are asking of something is just because you want to enrich yourself. As the narratives are being sold to them, Igbos want to dominate. That's why they are asking for Biafra, so that they can dominate others. And these are the narratives sold by Gowon and Amadou Bello. As so many narratives are being sold today in a blaming game, now they can't kill our people. This is just the same way they sell the narrative and people buy into it. Now is now a bigger problem that we are struggling to solve. So people's interest once upon a time should be discussed. Iroboman's interest should be always be discussed in this very struggle. And okay, now this even brings me, because yesterday I wanted to talk about the Asari Dokubo falling apart with Mazin Nandekan, and they coming in the Facebook the way Uchemofo. You see all this why Mazin Nandekan has been avoiding talking about Uchemofo or talking about anybody. This is how he has avoided talking about Asari Dokubo, and Asari Dokubo keep coming. Today I'm not seeing him. After that time that Mazin Nandekan gave him what he's looking for, he's no more coming. He now come for 2 minutes and run away. But that time he will stay in the Facebook without we knowing that things as this man that is talking this way, we don't even know that such a homage and such respect has been paid to him in the past. But because of the strategy that was used for the agitation, boycott of election, and he has interest in election, now IPOP Nnamdi Kanu become his worst enemy. And even at the end, how did the election go? Didn't they make a selection? Apart from participating in that very exercise, they still make their selections. Of which Mazin Nnamdi can say, why should we waste resources and time? Why can't we use this time to show to the world? And even when the group of them who said they are dating for Niger Delta, even as then, they will go and they kidnap one white man because they want international community eyes in what they are doing. Is it not the way to make? When you see a big fish, you capture that big fish. Election in Nigeria is a big fish to register the agitation for Biafra. So, and some of them, they work to ensure that that very strategy fail. Every strategy they start dividing themselves. They can never allow a particular strategies to act like ESN now. Every one of them, they have risen from hell. Look at Uchemofo. It is illegal. 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 When will you do it and it will become legal? when you have not even been able to bring a single governor into the agitation. They have all running in one path, trying to maintain their political career, their political opportunity. They are not giving any damn to what you are talking about. Well, where the opportunity for being in Nigeria is wide open for them. And you are telling them to come and bring themselves to a place where they will start contributing their money, not where they will be looting money, where they will contribute money for you for one project or the other. Then which human being can accept that in ordinarily, if not somebody that is being appointed by God? I will abandon where I'm eating. Ndị Igbo na-asị ịhapụ ebe na-echi ọzọ gaba ebe a na-ala agụ. Ị ga-arapụ ebe na-echi ọzọ gaba ebe a na-ala agụ, ebe ya emebe contribution, ebe ga-demand money from you. Then you leave the place where you are making billion for yourself. Then you will leave it and go to a place where you start making contribution for Biafra to come. They can't give you those opportunity. So when do you think that they can listen to you and they create an outfit that will protect your life and property? Is that their game? Is that why they are there? They are not there personally for that kind of thing, providing building infrastructure for you or trying to make life easier for you. They are not there to attend to your need. So if you wait for them in the next 50 years, they will not do it. It's still you who will get angry and get up one day and do it by yourself. And if we can wait for a wasted years of 10 years, waited for these people without doing it, why can't we do something now instead of having a wasted 10 years, which they will not come up with anything? Now, we have already established the outfit. Now, the legality of it is what we are pursuing. Life is one step at a time. A journey of 1,000 miles. Start with a step. Do something. Then let's talk about another thing. So not what we are talking about now is not how we can establish security outfit. What we are talking is the legality of the security outfit. And we will get to the bottom of it. Mazi said in his last broadcast that they are calling for negotiation. And the Wazirike is coming. Hey, let them take it out from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let them take it out from his hand. Let them come and take it now. We will get to the bottom of it. We are discussing. Autumn here is also saying that it's not illegal. He supports Nigeria, but that is another topic. The fact is that it has already been established. The issue, instead of being on the base without doing something, discussing, we need security outfit, we do security outfit, and in Nigeria, we will talk about the legality of it. It's another argument. It's not illegal. Okay, we are on it. Because they are here to function. If it's in your power to legalize them, legalize them. If you don't legalize them, they will remain. We are going nowhere. ESN is a strategy. And there is no guarantee, 100% guarantee that we are going to succeed on it. That is why we have to pray to God. There is no 100%. If some of you jumping on our ESN idea, like some of the kids, when your mother go market, coming back, he will buy some market gift. So we'll be expecting when your mother come out, you are looking at the pan of what he bought. There is no 100% assurance that with ESN, we are going to succeed. With the strategy of ESN, we are succeeding 100%. Things might change, but you must be here to bear the consequences. If you succeed, we celebrate. If we succeed, we celebrate together. If anything happens, you must not look for where to put the blame. Nobody is your toilet here. Nobody is your bathroom here. So therefore, it's a strategy. You support it. If we succeed, we will all celebrate. But there is no any strategy that we have put in the ground with the mindset to fail. But you must know you are dealing with people. They will counter your strategies. I give my example again because our people, sometimes their ear used to be blocked. Because of who we listen to, you can send your military jet and they will bring it down. You lost. So every strategies we put in place, now we must give it all it takes. That's why we also have to support with prayers. Because it also takes the power of God to protect you against people who you felt to be bigger than you. We must know that Nigeria is not a small boy. And you know that Nigeria is a mafian country. Is a mafian country. Even on the ground, money is exchanging hand now, just on how ESN can be brought down. You must know that Nigeria are not sleeping with their two eyes closed. They are also planning different strategies on how to bring down ESN. They are planning. They are paying money. They are paying money. You must be very, very aware that at the cost of these strategies, we might succeed. We might be successful, and we might also be encountered. But don't look for where to put your blame. Take it upon yourself. When you find yourself on the floor, there is no other place you can fall into. Just dust up yourself, get up and forge ahead. Stop behaving like women. Oh, sorry, I make the same mistake again by saying women. Women are not, I think there is no bad behavior with women. You should stop behaving as a fool. Women are excellent, even in this struggle. They are the superpower. Women, too much muzzle. Too much muzzle.
Mazi, do you know I was thinking about Biafra women today? And I said, we are going to treat Biafra women exceptionally. We are going to treat them like women have never been treated in the world before, because our women have suffered so much. And we must take them high. Yes, go ahead, man.
I'm telling you, I so much, I apologize from my heart. It's a saying that has been for it's a saying that has been for a very long time, and when you talk to that point, you recall. Now, don't behave as a fool. Take responsibility as a man. When it's good, we rejoice together. Well, you remember that song? I don't know who sing it, because I got born again since when I was 10 years. I have never been worldly. I don't know that, but I know that kind of music. When he was singing when I was very, very tiny, small. When the going, you know that music? When the going is good, many people will like to be your friend.
That's true.
When the going is bad, so many people will like to put blame on you. It's you. Because from 2012 to 2020, Biafra has not been restored. And the Kano must take blame of every action. Mumu people.
Now, Mazi, coming to the issue of ESN, when the video emerged about ESN, they said that the video was made in Cameroon. But today, the same people who said the video was made in Cameroon are the same people asking the Eastern governors to take over the Cameroon-made ESN. Mazi Solomon.
Oh my God! You know, Mazi Pat, it's not good. It's not good to market lies. Do you think it's good? It's not good to market lies. What about when you are bust? When they bust you, marketing lie is like claiming is also bad. Have you seen somebody who went and borrowed? Last time we are watching in the internet, somebody went to post in somebody's house, say this is his house. he market the lie, and when the owner did not take it lightly with him. That is what it takes to market lie. If you are marketing lie, when it busts, now you go carry the shame. And that is just how it is. That's why it's not good to market lie. But if you are marketing truth, when even people deny you opportunities and privileges, when it is found out that what you are saying is truth, you will become a celebrity. You will become a celebrity. You will be honored. And your present honor will cover all the shame that you got when people are trying to suppress you because you are saying the truth. That is just the fact. But if you are saying the lie, people might believe you. But at the end, when that lie is being busted, you will discover the kind of level of disgrace that will come on you. you might not handle it. You might not handle it. Like some people who went and carried pregnant outside. The kind shame he brought to them in their marriage today, they can't handle it. Some of them. So don't market lie. This has shown the inconsistency in their actions. They said, these are Ambazonians. They went to picture the picture and the floating, the picture of the Ambazonians. Today, they are now coming to reality. The same Ambazonia pictures that they are saying it is the people who are training in Ambazonia. The same them are talking about ESN today. ESN now has become their problem. It has become real. It has become real. Can you see how disgraceful they are? Can you see? And this is how they will continue to disgrace themselves. They will continue. Our women are excellent. They accepted my apology. What a wonderful people. Thank you so much. And I can't promise that I won't make the same mistake again. But if I do, please continue to forgive me. Continue to forgive me. Continue to forgive me. Because if there is no offense, there is no forgiveness.
Our women are very, very sensitive and considerate, and they love you as well because each time you come here, you always deliver. They appreciate, and we appreciate them as well. We give them priority, and when Biafra come, we will always give them priority. They are not going to be in the other room. They are going to have their space in the city. They are going to have their space in the city room. So Mazi Solomon, now moving to another point, what advice do you think Biafrans need? Because the issue we are discussing today is remaining focused. How are Biafrans going to remain focused, especially at this critical time that we live in?
Yes, the only ways of remaining focused is make up your mind to take responsibility. That is the only way. Don't join the blame game. Why some people lose it is because they look for who to blame when something happens. They don't want to take blames. They don't want to take blames. So get yourself ready to take responsibility. That the worst can come to you in the course of this project, this mission of Biafran restoration. The worst can come to you. The worst can happen to you. And have you make up your mind to take it up the pain as a person? Not trying to put it on a group or not trying to put it on the next person to you. Are you ready? That is just the advice that can make you remain focused. That I'm ready to take responsibility. I am in here by myself. Or maybe you have not made your finding. Why can't you withdraw yourself from that position? Go and make your fact finding, so that by the time you join, you will ensure yourself you have personal motivation and ready to take responsibility. I always use the people, the Christians of the old day, the Christians that brought the Bible to us, that preach the word of Jesus Christ to us. Then I always use them as an example. So many of them die like there is no God. So many of them were put in a frying pan, in a cook oil. So many of them were slaughtered on the street. So many of them were crucified. Even while they are sharing tears, they still breathe their last, like there is no God that can give life. But they take responsibility. They refuses to blame anybody. Hey, Jesus, you have brought us into this mess. You have killed our people. Because when Wazirike and Uchemofo will finish blaming Mazen and Kanu, they will also go and blame Jesus Christ for people who have died for the faith. Hey, Jesus, if not that you are the one who caused the death of this person, Saint Peter. They are celebrating them as their heroes. And these are the people who died for the cause of their faith, for what they believe. And they have refused to reconfess. I am Aisha, the one that been adopted at Kaduna with other students, who refuses to confess his faith, who refuses to deny his faith either, who refuses to deny her faith. She's suffering on the cost of that, and she is taking responsibility.
Are you taking responsibility for this mission? You need to. You need to. That's very important. So many people who die for the cause of Christianity and the Muslim you are defending today, they die in good faith. They refuse to denounce their faith, even in the course of challenges, suffering, even death. Even death, because what that can happen to you today is death. Then even death, in the face-to-face to death, they refuses to denounce their faith. They took responsibility. Look at Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Learn something from their stand. They said to the king that we are not ready to bow down to your God. And even if the God we serve refuses to defend us, we are ready to die. They take responsibility. And that is what makes them, that's what gives them breakthrough. Anytime you are waiting to blame your principal officer, to blame the secretary, to blame this, you will just be a Confucianist. You will get yourself in a confused state. But when you start taking responsibility, you will start addressing issue and you will start advancing. That is my advice for Biafran all over the world, who is viewing us now and who will view us later. Be ready, make up your mind that you are here to take responsibility. You are in this struggle to take responsibility. You are not here to look for who to blame. Strategies may not work perfectly. Onye n'ime unu ga-asị na etu anya kwuru ka o sigolu wee mechaa na ndụ ya. Strategies may not work out perfectly because you have an opposition to contend with. You have an opposition. They might shut down so many avenues that you created to advance your strategies. You might go back, you discover that that road that was open that time has been closed. Strategies might not work out 100%, but your mission, you must keep your mission intact. You must keep your mission intact. It's matter of fact. You must keep your mission intact. You must know why you are here. I heard Iruanya one time say Mazi was sent to go to place to acquire weapon, and eventually he landed in Nigeria. That is a strategy to get weapon. And something might happen, and that road you think that is open can be closed overnight. You can wake up and you discover that that road that you think is still open, you can do this and do that through it, is closed. That means that strategy is being limited. Change direction. You need to change strategies instantly, but kept your mission intact. Your missions must be kept intact, but strategy might change over time. And each strategy might not work out perfectly the way it is being designed to work. There might be obstacles. That's why God said, I will break mountains and valleys and make them plain. Obstacles. I will break the gate of brass and cut the bars of iron asunder. I also tell Christians who become born again that you become a child of God preaching does not mean that you will not face suffering. Because the suffering you go through also increases your faith, increases your lesson, widens your imaginations. He actually builds you up into a bigger structure than what you used to be before you face that suffering. So you must understand, every one of us in this struggle must understand that the struggle might not kept you in your comfort zone for a very long time. So make up your mind. You might not remain in that your comfort zone for a very long time from now. The struggle might move you out of your comfort zone. You might find yourself in a very tight corner at the cause of this struggle. But what did you do with your mission? You must keep it intact. You must not join a blame game, or else you will lose your value. Kept your mission intact. Very, very important. Very, very important. ESN is there. We are supporting ESN. I will do this announcement and you will recall me that we are praying to God for opening door, sustain ESN, give them the power, but ESN might not give you all the things that you desire from them. The strategy might not work perfectly. That is just the truth. So you should have something at the back of your mind, so you'll be more strong and stronger. Don't just rely on one thing. Stronger and stronger. But apart from ESN, we also have other plans. If anything happened to ESN, we will unfold another plan. We must not stop. We must not stop. Our plan should not stop in ESN. And our plan should not stop in IPOP. Even it might come a time, IPOP all over the world might be shut down. All the family might be shut down. It happens in Enugu. When we are about to achieve something, all the family, we are shut down, no open gathering. These are all strategies. When we see the need for it again and the door open for us for it again, we might equally activate it. People must get things right. That every decision that being taken is for your own good. It's for the best of your own good. If we see anything that will cause us fortune, if we see that ESN will cause us fortune, Mazi can say all ESN is short. Okay, before we are recruiting people into ESN, Mazi come in his last broadcast and say no more new recruitment. That is trying. That is risk management. You put things in place, make decisions to manage your risk. He might come in another broadcast and say, no more ESN. Don't cry. This ESN is just a strategy. If he failed us, we will launch another strategy. You should have this thing in your mind when you are in this journey, so that nothing will come to you as a surprise. So you must know this thing. If we start having problem with ESN today, if they counter us and we see we can't manage the risk behind it, Mazi can dissolve ESN. Not because Uchemofo is talking or because Wazike is talking or because, no. When we see a risk we cannot manage, then he come up with decision because he's a principled man and I like him. I love him. So you should have all these things in your mind. So you shouldn't be putting all your thoughts, all the egg of your thoughts in one basket. Anything can be shut down when it's not working on our favor, when it's not working in the best of our interest. It's not because people are talking. It's not because Uchemofo left IPOP. That's why that UK was shut down. No. We are capable to withstand any trouble that Uchemofo can ferment. But there is a risk that needed to be managed properly. That is why UK was shut down. There is a risk that needs to be managed. I have handled project. I know what project is all about. But all these people that you see them, that you are privileged to be your deputy leader, they haven't handled any project. They haven't handled. They are just privileged. Strategies might not work to you perfectly all the time. And anytime you fail in your strategy has a problem, there will be casualty. There will be casualty. Have your mind well set and prepared before you are coming to, I'm a Biafra, I'm a Biafra, Biafra or nothing, just in the Facebook. When reality comes, you become a crying baby. A crying baby, meow, 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 meow. Then that decision that can portray you as a man will not be found. So you must have all these things in your head so you can engage your brain, because why God created, that's why I'm against so many people who will just sleep and wake. They sleep and wake up waiting for when Biafra will be restored. And you are doing nothing. How can Biafra be restored? Why you supposed to be doing one or two activities for the restoration and you are doing nothing? You are just waiting. What is happening? What is happening today? How can you be sleeping and waking up, and they all of sudden magic like they do in the church? You will become millionaire tomorrow. People will say, hey, why are you saying amen? You don't have job and you believe you can be a millionaire tomorrow. There's nothing God cannot do, but that is unimaginable. God even doesn't do such magic. God is God of principle. He will take you from one step by step. All of you that know God knows that he takes people from one step to one step. He doesn't come and they give you such a surprise, unexpected. Even if God gives you miracle or breakthrough today, you will, if you check your life, you will see how you build yourself to that point where you get that breakthrough, where God can be able to give you such a breakthrough. It doesn't happen. He's not a magician. He's a God of principle. That is why in the Bible, he laid down principles. And when you follow such principles, he gives you the same results all the time. That is God for you. He's not a magician. But Nigerian pastors have turned him to be a magician. But he is not. Okay, our people, we should be winding down at this very point. I see some people are feeling tired and some people's like they are been in their midnight and wanting to sleep because the number of the viewers coming down, not increasing. And that's showing that we might at this point be winding down to come back again when you might have refreshed.
Somebody commented, Mazi Chuku Emeka Ezeji said, I'm here in the UK. I was happy when our leader shut down UK IPO before now. I have raised complaint about how some principal officers are messing up with the struggle.
That is exactly what we are discussing here. It's part of risk management in a project. Do you understand? It's just like when a fire is erupting from a transformer or erupting from a meter, you struggle to off the meter so that the fire will not escalate. It's part of risk management. You looked at where the fire is erupting from, then you quench it. So it's a risk management strategy in a project. You can shut down some certain things.
Amazi, even the ex-deputy is even complaining about the shutting down of the UK IPOB, which means that he was enjoying the crisis, and it took him unaware because he was complaining that we cannot harbor emperor. We cannot harbor emperor. So he didn't believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had the power to shut down IPOB United Kingdom.
Yes. Somebody is calling my attention. It's called risk assessment. Thank you. Risk assessment. Now, what you just need to know about that one, the man you are trying to mention here, is that he doesn't know where he can enter from. So he's a kind of person who is scavenging for something to help himself. Do you understand me? You have already denounced that you are not the member of the family anymore. It's just as good as maybe when you said that you are no more part of it. That simply means to you is already shut down. So why should the shutdown now concern you? You know, so he's trying to trying to look for where he can become relevant or where he can say something that will attract attention, but he's not getting it. The fact remains, no matter how much he tried, there is people who are men in this very struggle, who you cannot confuse by fairy tale. You cannot confuse them with fairy tale. We will always come here and encounter any fairy tale that you are about to sell out to the public. The public are already educated. If you look at Uchemofor, you know that it has been swallowed by the public. He's swallowed by the public. I showed you a program he did, 800 and something comments. There is no single one that has actually, except for those ones they are using for fake account. Uchemofor ramped up, but there is no point they are making apart from Uchemofor random, or Uchemofor confirm. But 800 comments, all the public that are viewing your programs, they are commenting against you. They are commenting against you. Who are you then educating? Who are you then educating? The students you feel like you wanted to bring them to hear your lectures, they are telling you that you are not making sense and you are forcing yourself to the public. You know, what is happening to these men is that they don't have shame. I can't be forcing myself to the public. If I'm saying something, why should I take out my time almost 2 hours of my time just to be talking something that is not making sense for people. My dear, even before I come to this line, why should I come if I'm not making sense to people? If people are
But
not
you're right.
actually
Oh, you're
gaining from
right.
what I'm saying. If
Mazi, you're right.
50% of people here are actually commenting that they are not getting my point, why should I waste people time and data sitting down here still talking? So that is not relevant at all.
Mazi, you're right. At the end of the day, you cannot claim to be serving a people who are practically against you. You know, you can't say you want to unite Biafrans when you are actually destroying Biafrans. You know, so I think we have to come to the end of the program. Mazi, it is an honor having you. You've done a wonderful job this evening. It's already 1 a.m. here, past 1 a.m., and we have to close this program. And Mazi, I want you to give us your last word in brief while we round up.
Mazipat, why do you always think that I have a last word?
Well, on this particular episode,
you will call me in tomorrow, and I will continue to talk to our people.
From where you no, on this particular episode,
okay,
tomorrow we'll continue
that
again.
is just wonderful. We will continue next time. My name is Peter Solomon. And we encourage you to always join us in these programs and do us a favor of sharing it so that our message can be getting to everyone. What we are just trying to do here is not to look down on anyone. For the matter of fact, Ushemofo or whoever that is involved or Wazulike, nobody has denied them the privilege of being a Biafran. But for the restoration project, actually, they have been already released themselves to be used by some certain forces who wanted to counter our missions. So for now, we must continue to talk about the activities just because we want them not to be used to bring down our mission. That's just the reason. It's not because we hate anybody.
There is no way they can bring down the mission. The truth is, at every point, even when I was growing up, I was in the youth league of the Anglican Church. We were all in the program of youth, wing of the Anglican Church. We were all fire. We were burning with fire and desire, preaching and all. But at some point, some people started falling by the wayside. They started backsliding. You know, so in every organization, people will always backslide. That even when some backslide, they even started fighting against the same youth that they once supported. So it's not a new experience. You understand me? But the truth is, Biafrans must learn to come together and protect their leader. Because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have done so much, have sacrificed so much that he deserves our support. All these people that are castigating, calling him names, have not made any sacrifice whatsoever. And that is why it is easy for them to want to destroy the IPOB because they have nothing to lose. Maz, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, you have still just correcting, but Mazipat, I just have to assure you that
yes,
they won't be able because there is so many mighty men like us who understood, who are not even showing themselves in the camera, but they knows what is happening. They are not giving up to that first stories. You know, it's like calling an adult and started telling him all these fake stories that we normally listen to in the old age. It doesn't happen to an adult because you know that tortoise doesn't talk. He knows that lion have never spoken the language of man, you know. So all these things, we know that it's not going to work, but we must talk about them. The reason is because the gullible ones among us can be cornered and will be used against the strategies that are being put in the place, and then we will be countering loss. Not that they will do anything to stop the coming of Biafra, but when they are being used to counter our strategies, so what happens is that we can't lost, and we keep again and again spending on things that would have been over. Then we keep spending, we keep giving energies. Okay, so that is the reason why we just have to come out and do what we are doing. But apart from that, Mazi, at this very point, I might say good night, my beloved brother.
Thank you very much.
I will see you again when you will choose to bring me back. And a good night to all Biafrans. At my own side here, you can see the brightness of sun on the day. So somebody can say to me, good day. Bye.
Good day, Mazi. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Thank you, fellow Biafrans, for being here. Thank you for your patience. We spent over 2 hours talking, interacting. Unfortunately, we didn't open the line. I think we'll have to open the line in the coming days for your contributions. Thanks for those who commented. Thank you all for everything you've done to sustain this program. Please keep sharing this program. Tag your friend, make it go round. And the good Lord will continue to bless and guide you all. We want to say thank you. My name remains Mazi Patrick DK. Until we meet again, I want to say have a wonderful day. Morning and night, depending on where you are. Thank you and God bless you all.
Okunna m gwalụ m gbuo ọ sị na ọchọ nke ya dị enwe ilo ịma na nwata chọba nke ya akpọbi ya ajọ mmadụ mana nke nwa ka nwa na-achọ Chukwu okike bụ ị na-asụ Chukwu okike so ga-eje na onwere ife ndị ya ga-eme ebe fa na-ebutere gị n'operation fighter dancing no nwere ife ọzọ fa ga-eme maka na ọchọ nke adị enwe ilo ụmụ Igbo ka ịchọ ọnụ ka anyị ọ sị na ya marọ emesi aka na ị ga-amarịli emesi aka na ị ga-aghọta ndị ọcha achasị bute ọcha ha achasị bute nke ji ụlọ n'Igbo erika ndị ji n'ịmaka ibi ego wele kwụsị ụmụnne ba unu godu ma na agwa ụmụ Igbo ka ịchọ ọnụ ka anyị ka ịchọ n'oke anyị ụmụ Igbo ka ịchọ n'oke anyị ka ịchọba n'oke anyị ụmụ Igbo ka ịchọba n'oke anyị onye jizi na nwanne ya je politiks ka ịchọ n'oke anyị onye jizi na nwanne ya jalụ mgbele ka ịchọ n'oke anyị na-alụgo ka ịchọ n'oke anyị ka ịchọ n'oke anyị nke mụ bụ nke mụ nke anyị bụ nke anyị nke mụ bụ nke mụ nke anyị bụ nke anyị